going on? It's your boy Big Dog Bargain, your relationship wealth coach. We investing in love and success over here. So, as y'all enter the building, please hit that like button. Likes are free. You can share this, tell somebody to tell somebody, you know what I'm saying? And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I got a goal to 1,200 I'm trying to reach before the end of April. I hope y'all help me reach that goal. I'm kind of hungover, kind of tired. Got my cup of coffee, as usual. I ain't drinking my usual Starbucks, you know what I'm saying? I usually have a couple of boxes of Starbucks. What going on? What going on? What going on, Cedric? Whoa, G! Is that my boy? That's my guy. Whoa, G the Mac. What's up? That's my guy right there, man. You know what? You popped up at the right time because I'm sure talking about friendship right now. You know what I'm saying? So if you got time, man, just interact with the chat room, man. Tell these folks that what I'm finna say is real spill, man. You know what I'm saying? For those that don't know, this guy right here, man. This one of my young guys. This one of my cats for real, man. Me and him, man, we did a lot of things in the projects. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why, but he always talk about me, talking about, man, if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't been in. He wouldn't have learned some of the things he learned. I told him, like, bro, it would be foolish for me not to pass down information to this man. You know what I'm saying? The first time me and him met, man, in real talk, and he'll tell you, the man stole some CDs out of my car when he was a young dude. This guy stole some CDs out of my car, and I found out. And I doubled back to where he was at. We were staying in the same projects. And I went back over to his house and I like, hey, bro, why you stealing my CDs? You know what I'm saying? And instead of me just hauling off in them and cussing them out or whatever the case may be, I like, bro, you ain't never got to steal from me, man. As long as I got it, man, I got you. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fool with you. If I fool with you, I'm a fool with you. And ever since then, that's been my guy. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get to him later down the line. But I'm glad you popped up, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Just ride with me for a minute. You know I'm finna tell the truth. But anyway, I usually drink Starbucks creme brulee. I'm a bougie dude. I'm bougie. I'm a bougie hood dude. But I'm drinking Folgers French vanilla right now. It's alright. It's straight. Nothing to write home about, but it's alright. It's cool. But anyway, today's topic, we're gonna talk about friendship. And like I said, it just so happened this man right here is somebody I consider a brother more than a friend. You know what I'm saying? Me and him did a lot of things together, you know what I'm saying, in them projects, you know what I'm saying? We made some money together. You know what I'm saying? We did some things and all that right there. I can't speak on everything that me and him did because I don't need to put his business out there. And I ain't gonna put all mine out there. But just know me and him did some things. You heard and listen to me. I don't lie to y'all, bro. I don't lie to y'all. I try to tell y'all, man, since I've been doing this, I don't lie to y'all, man. I tell y'all the truth. But anyway, we're gonna talk about friends right now. I'm only gonna be up here about 30 minutes an hour. You know, I don't take long. But anyway, I remember being a young cat, elementary school, middle school, and all that right there. And whatever happened to us interacting with people, whatever happened to us making real connections with people. Because I can remember in elementary school and my earlier years in middle school is how I was just so happy to go to school and and talk to my classmates from kindergarten all the way up to maybe about fifth grade. I was just so happy to get there, get to school and talk to the dudes and talk to the girls and have fun, and the teacher doing this, that, and the third. Everybody interacting with each other. We go to recess, we go to lunch. I used to have real fun in school because of my classmates, and some of these guys and some of these chicks I've been friends with ever since we was in kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? And then I would go to my grandmama house after school, and me and my brother, we would play with the kids on the street, and the whole street, like everybody would play with each other. You know what I'm saying? It was real deal. You right. You right. You right, my guy. And I remember playing with these kids in South Memphis till my mama came home from work. And she would sit down and she would take her shoes off. She tired because she was a school teacher too. And she had to rest. And while she rested and took her little nap or whatever the case may be, me and my brother would play with them kids until the sun went down. Then when she was ready to go, time to go home. So I'm going from South Memphis to Whitehaven, and by the time I get to Whitehaven, whatever little thing she had to do before we got to the house, I get home and I can't go outside. I barely knew the kids in my apartments because by the time I got home, they was in the house. They was in the house. 7, 8, 9 o'clock, I'm getting home, and all the kids in the house. Wasn't nobody hanging outside. Wasn't nobody hanging up under the street lights. Wasn't nobody ripping and running in the streets. It just go home and go in the house and go to sleep. And me and my brother, we did that a long time. Till I would say about 10, 11. When we had moved from these sets of apartments into them townhouses where we stayed at. And then when we moved in them townhouses, well, let me go back before I go back to them townhouses. In them apartments we was staying in before we moved, and I said we wasn't friends with none of them guys over there. We wasn't, cause we didn't see them. And then when we did see them, they were basically not what me and my brother wanted to hang with. They wasn't them kids in South Memphis. Them one of them kids in South Memphis. And if you been in Memphis long enough, you know it's a difference between South Memphis and Whitehaven. It's a difference between all the little sections of Memphis. And in South Memphis, it was rough out there. You had to earn your stripes in South Memphis. You had to earn your stripes in South Memphis. It was a couple of fights I had in elementary school and middle school. I had to earn my stripes. I had to earn a reputation for not playing with me, that I would get on your head. But I also was a small kid. And just playing with the kids in South Memphis on my grandmama's street, same thing. I had the reputation of fighting. I was a fighter, but I was smart too. And then when I go home, there's nobody to play with, there's nobody to talk to, nothing like this, except for the weekends. And on the weekends, that's when everybody come outside, and I had a bully. I had a bully, and he bullied me. And I didn't know how to handle because every time he hit me, he run. And I was like, I'm getting mad, I'm getting frustrated because instead of you standing on your 10 and go square up with me, you want to run. And outside of you running, I also didn't know if I really wanted to fight because he was older than me. So I'm real conflicted. And my mama was the one to tell me, go on, haul off in his ass. Next time you can, go on, get on his head. Say less. Got on his head, and every day after that, he wanted to fight. And I'm like, bruh, I got the green light to beat your ass whenever I feel like it, man. It ain't no way around it. No way around it. I can get on your head whenever I feel like it. But as far as friends, them guys didn't want to be me and my brother friend. only way they wanted to be our friend is because we had stuff. We had the Nintendo with the Power Pad. We had all the Transformers and G.I. Joes and He-Man and Thundercats. You know what I'm saying? We had the little handheld games, you know what I'm saying? The football and the baseball, and we had all them type of games and stuff like that. That's the only way they wanted to be friends with us, if we could share our stuff with them. If we couldn't share our stuff with them, they didn't want to be our friends. You know what I'm saying? But you live and you learn. So after we moved out them apartments and we moved into townhouses when I was 10, that's where the bulk of my friends really came from. You know what I'm saying? And I took on a whole nother persona around 11, about around 11. No more straight A's. No more being nice and sharing and all that right there. I was on my BS. I got a little taller, got a little swag going on. Girls were paying attention to me more. I got straight on BS, and all the individuals that I was rocking with from kindergarten up until 6th grade, I wasn't rocking with them no more. They wasn't on my level no more. I was on something else. I was still fighting, but I was fighting. I didn't want to do my work no more. I was like from A's to C's and D's. I just wanted to fight and mess with girls. And if you wasn't on what I was on at 11, you wasn't my friend. What's up, Queen? Hey, Queen, my partner right there, if he's still in the chat room, he'll tell you everything I say come out my mouth. That's somebody that's gonna verify everything. So at 11, I was on that trying to holler at girls and fighting, and I didn't care about my grades. And whoever wasn't rocking how I was rocking, we wasn't cool. Even though we were cool. Even though these boys and girls that I knew from kindergarten up to 6th grade, we were still cool. It's just that I didn't hang with them no more. I didn't try to be around them no more. I didn't try to sit with them at lunch and be in a circle and recess and all that right there. I didn't want to do it. I wanted to be around girls that was, at that point in time, were wild. They were fighting, they were cussing. I was attracted to that. I wanted to be around dudes that were talking shit and wanted to fight. That's what I wanted to be around. And then the same thing, I would leave school and go to my grandmama's house, and the same. Now them folks by my grandmama's house, them were my family. You know what I'm saying? We grew up like the whole time I was going to school out there. I see these boys and girls every day until I graduated high school. That was my family. You know what I'm saying? The neighbors, that we were family. That little area, we was family. That was my family. My next door neighbors, the folks down the street. We were kin. So I'm always hanging with them because whatever I was on, they was on too. If they wanted to play football, we played football. If they wanted to go rob Kroger's, we go rob Kroger's. So whatever I was on, they was on too. I was big brother. So that was my family. But the same routine. Once mama come home and take her little nap, I got shooters in the chat. Man, Queen, let me tell you something. That guy right there, that guy right there, it ain't too much. It ain't too much that he'll tell me no if I really need it. If I really need him to come through, he'll come through. If he need me to come through, he know I'll come through. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is with me and him. If he really need me to come through, I'ma come through for him. And if I need him, he know he gonna come through for me. That's just that what it is right there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I can't tell you everything, but just know that that's an A1 with me. So after my mama come home and work and take her nap, we leave. We go do whatever we need to do before we get to the house, to the townhouses. It was a different setup now. Because now when I get home, my next door neighbor be outside on his patio. And I remember his mama had a nice little patio set, white patio set. And he would be sitting on the patio set, sitting down, chilling. And as soon as I get home, he outside chilling. And I'm like, I'm finna go over next door and chill with my guy. Mom said, all right, cool, you just don't go nowhere. All right, bet. I'm sitting over there chilling with him. And then day by day, week by week, more of the boys in the neighborhood started coming by there because he knew a lot of individuals. He knew a lot of folks over there. They went to school together. Like me and my brother went to school in South Memphis. They went to school in Whitehaven. So all the folks that went to school with him, when they come outside, they see him outside, and they want to come chill with him and all that right there. They chilling with me too. And come to find out, we all on the same level. What going on, Blaze? Oh, what's up? There go my brother right there. My brother TZ. That's my brother. Blood brother, California. So as the days and weeks and the months went by, more and more individuals started coming around my house because of my next door neighbor. And I'm coming to find out that me and these boys, we got a lot in common because where I was in life at 11, they were right there with me. They were troublemakers. They was down for whatever. They ain't give. They wanted to play football. They wanted to play basketball, but they was at the same time they wanted to chase girls. They wanted to go rob the corner store. You know what I'm saying? They ain't have a problem fighting, and that was right up my alley. And the sad thing about it was that my next door neighbor wasn't. My next door neighbor wasn't. He cool. He was a gamer. He ain't go nowhere. He had to be in the house. Like he couldn't go outside his patio when the street lights came on. He couldn't do nothing. And me growing up and my brother growing up, and I'm around these other individuals that ripping and running in the street. She like, go outside and play. You got little friends now, she like them. Go outside and play. Then I'm going outside and I go over one day house and they mama get to chatting with me and my brother, and they like us and so on and so forth. She like, instead of me coming in the house at 7, 8 o'clock, I'm outside to 10, 10:30. Or whatever the curfew was at that time. I think it was 10. We had to be in the house by 10. And even then, we were breaking curfew. Because me and these guys, we were ripping and running. We were having fun. We were doing everything we needed to do as adolescents, as teenagers. And then things started changing. Folks started moving out. Folks started going down different paths. I'm started to work. My other partners, they was trying to get jobs and this, that, and the third. We was still trying to get up with each other and have football games and basketball games. But the crowd was getting smaller and smaller and smaller because they were moving out. We were getting older. And by the time I left out them townhouses, I was 20. And I can remember me and my brother, we had really started selling weed before we moved out them townhouses. And it was around the same time when the hot boy did Tuesday and Thursday. And I can remember me breaking weed down in this Adidas shoebox with my handheld and bags. and going out there and hitting the block. It was so many times my mom would assume me and him were doing something, 'cause we were doing some strange things. Like we would just wrap weed up in a nautical shirt and go outside. And my mom was like, "Why you taking that shirt outside?" Oh, well, so and so want to borrow this shirt. No, all the time is I'm giving him the shirt with weed in it. You know what I'm saying? And he'll give me a shirt with weed. Like it was just a whole lot of things going on. And I ain't gonna say my mom was ignorant. I ain't gonna say my mama didn't know. It's just like she always told me and my brother, she's like, I can't raise y'all to be mean. It's the only thing I can do is raise y'all the best way I can. A man gotta tell you how to be a man. So she really was letting me and my brothers just do what the hell we had to do. Because we were young men. She couldn't say nothing. And she saw all the attributes and everything out of my daddy. She saw it. It was coming out of both of us. And she was like, I can't do nothing about it. It is what it is. I just hope that y'all can do better than him. So by the time I left out them apartments, I was 20. And like I said, we had just started selling weed, and by the time we left, we were seeing all our other partners that were still over there. They were getting flat. Left and right. Police coming through there every Tuesday and third. And I was like, man, juvenile them were right, man. Tuesday and third, them folk coming through. And it was like, they was saying that in New Orleans, I'm in Memphis, and I'm seeing police cars every Tuesday and third come through these townhouses that they thought were quiet. I'm like, man, by the time we left out of there, I'm like, man, these folk crazy. I said, this townhouse crazy. I'm part of the craziness. I'm part of all the ratchet going on in these townhouses. My brother part of all the ratchet going on in these townhouses. We still had partners over there that was ratchet in some nice townhouses. And I can remember telling my mama, I said, these some high price projects. I don't care how you want. I don't care how nice the townhouses is. We got 3 swimming pools. We got a tennis court. We got a gym. I said, Mama, I'm be honest with you. These are high price projects. We had thoughts. We had all type of going on. Drug dealers, gang members, everything was over there. And you would never know them apartments was ratchet. You would never know until you came in. Security guards on drugs, the office manager on drugs. It was so much going on in them apartments by the time I left. And all I could tell my mom that them were the projects. High price projects. You was paying $500-600 a month. And there's a lot of things going on over there. The only thing I can say that didn't go on was it wasn't no shootings. It was a lot of fights, but it wasn't no shootings going on. It wasn't no shootings going on at that time. It was a lot of fighting. To Mark. Nah, he wasn't a brother that grew up with me. He a brother from another mother. Same father, different mothers. But nah, he wasn't over there with me and my other brother. He was somewhere else. So by the time I left, I was looking at the townhouse that was so nice when I moved in to they became projects. And like I said, that was 20, so it had to have been 99 when I moved out there. Then I moved into a nice house. My mama finally got the house she wanted. Had to move in, had to get my great mom and my great grandmom in there. And it was hard trying to keep friends with them guys because they had to drive, they had to find ways to our house, and we had to find ways to the townhouse. And it was like over time, it started getting thin. It was like, man, it ain't nobody but me and my brother now. And then my great grandmama died around Christmas time, 99. That hurt my soul. And the truth of the matter is, one of my friends that moved out too, he stayed down the street from where we moved to. So how I found out she died, I had walked down to his house to play. I think he had just got the Dreamcast. He just had got 2K when it first came out on Dreamcast. And I was down there playing 2K with him. And my brother and my cousin came down there and told me my granny died. I'm like, oh Lord. Oh Lord. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing about it was I had just went to the liquor store and bought that lady a bottle of Morgan and David wine. And she gave me a shot before I left out the door. You know what I'm saying? She gave me a shot before I left out the door. And I left, I walked down the street, went on my partner house, played 2K, and later on that night, my brother and my cousin came over his house and told me my granny died. And that hurt my soul. And I didn't have no friends but him. And it was like, man, I don't know who to talk to outside of my brother, outside of my mama, my grandmama, my kinfolk, and all that right there. But I ain't had nobody that was just gonna be out there with me while I was going through that little pain. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is how I knew I had some real friends. When my mama passed away in 2003. And I remember me and my brother getting ready to go to work. His baby mama, well, his first wife, they was still dating, but she already had his son. She was staying with us. And I remember looking into my mama's bedroom, and my mama used to always sleep with the TV on. And her body was facing the TV. So I thought she was, asleep or watching TV, whatever, and I closed the door and went on to work. Me and my brother went on to work. And I remember the last words I said to her was you straight? They had just brought her back from the hospital. And I remember when they brought her back from the hospital and they had her on the gurney or stretcher or whatever, and they were taking her out the ambulance and bringing her in the house, I was looking at my mom like, that don't look like the woman I know. I just seen her in the hospital and she didn't look like that. She looked totally different than what I just saw when me and my brother had drove to the hospital to go see her. So I remember them bringing her in, they put her in her bed, and the last words I told her was you straight? She said, yeah. So like I said, that morning, me and him went to work. We get to work. His baby mama called and told him that she had passed away. Me and that man flew out the airport, got in the car, drove home, and by the time I get to the house, they had took her body out, and I just laid in her bed. I laid in her bed and I cried, 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 and I cried. And folks was just passing me blunts after blunts after blunts after blunts. And I was like, no matter how many blunts I had smoked, it was never enough. I think I smoked about 30 blunts that day. And I still couldn't get over that. And I remember at her funeral, I didn't know these niggas were coming. I didn't know these niggas were coming. And I'm sitting up on the front row, me and my brother. And I look back and I see 3, 4 of my guys I grew up with in them townhouses. And I felt some type of way. I was like, what, these guys really fool with me no matter. We've been apart for 4, 5 years and they still here. And that's how I knew I had real friends. Them same guys that came to my mama's funeral is the same guys that I called. We don't talk as much, but we still talk to each other. But that's how I knew I had real friends when my mama passed away. So I'm saying all that to say this. Yeah, I'm a little emotional. I don't give a fuck. I'm saying all that to say this. we live in a time now where your so-called friends, your so-called brothers, they'll stab you in the back. The same guys you done grew up with, that you done shared stories with, that you done shared toys with in video games and did this, that, and the third, them individuals stab you in the back. Now, right now, 2024. It's so many guys that my son used to call friends. Can't wait to stab him in the back. Cause they think he's spoiled and bougie. Because me and my wife make sure my son got what he need. You feel what I'm saying? They ready. Cause a little girl he talked to at school. He got so many dudes telling him this, that, and the third about the girl. And I keep telling them, I say, bro, the only reason they telling you that because they want your girl. They say they're your friend. They always talk bad about your girl. And I said, bro, they want your girlfriend. They want your girlfriend. Because the minute they hear that y'all ain't talking, they all up on them. But the minute y'all get back to talking, they telling you all these negative things about her. I said, you talk to the girl. Now, if she telling you the 100% truth, then she telling you the 100% truth. She ain't doing nothing. She ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? If she is, she is. I mean, y'all at that age, 16, it wouldn't surprise me if she was doing something. It wouldn't surprise me. I said, but if she keep telling she ain't doing nothing, she just talking and then she keep waiting on you to go and put pressure on her. Cause that's all that's all I heard from when I talked to her is like, little dog don't put pressure on me. This is the girl telling me. His dad is like, little dog don't put pressure on me. Little dog don't even look my way sometimes at school. And I'm like, bro, why you don't do that? He like, man, dad, we cool. I like, that girl love you. That girl like you a whole lot. You don't put pressure. He like, no. And he tripped me and said, dad, because if the truth of the matter is, if she ain't going nowhere, she ain't going nowhere. I can get her whatever I want to. I said, okay. But he got a lot of dudes that's ready to stab him in the back because of a girl that swerve him down and he they friend. They friends. They jealous of him. Cause like the boy stay in the hood. We stay in the hood. But they jealous of him because they look at his shoe rack. He got J's and Vans and polo shoes and all that right there. And they get mad cause like, man, you think you this, you think you that. Like, bro, I buy him stuff. His mama buy him stuff. It's like, what's to be jealous? Don't you got a mama and daddy? Don't you got somebody that buy you stuff? You mad because I just bought him a PlayStation 5? You mad because I bought him new clothes and new shoes? You mad because he go to nice places and all that right there? What you mad for? What are you mad for? Lack of communication. They don't know how to talk. Now, I get on my son all the time because I'm like, bro, open your mouth, bro. You grown. You a damn near grown man. Man, open your mouth, bro. Look a nigga in his eye when you talking to him. That's just me talking to my son. And then you and these other dudes, y'all don't talk. Y'all conversation sound real retarded. Pardon my French. Real crazy. But because of you ready to stab him in the back, you're jealous of what he got going on, and y'all don't know how to talk, man, these guys don't want to be friends. Y'all don't want to be friends. And this just is a teenager. I ain't talking about you younger cats and all that right there. These teenagers. And just like I was saying about my boy Cedric, Whoa G. What's up, Josh? Just like I was saying about my guy that came in first. That nigga stole from me. That man stole from me the first. Soon as me and my wife and my daughter moved into the projects, he was already over there. Young cat in his teenage years. He was a teenager. I'm every bit of 20, 28, something like that. I think. Yeah, something like that. I was in my 20s when I moved over there. You know what I'm saying? Me, my wife, my little girl. My wife didn't want to move in the projects. But that's all we could afford at that time. And this man stole CDs out my car. This man stole CDs out my car. And just for the simple fact that I'm older, he a young cat. Cause I had took him to the store. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna lie. I think I took him and one of my other, cause they were young dudes. Him and another young dude to the store to get them some cigars. I ain't gonna hold you. They talking about they wanted to get high. I think that's how it went. I don't remember 100%, but I remember him and one of my other partners, young guys that stayed right next door to me with his sisters. They wanted to go to the store and get some cigars, and I think I took them to the store to get some cigars and dropped them off over his house. And then I go back around to my section. And I'm looking for, I think it was either T.I. or Jeezy. It was one of them. And I was looking for, and I knew exactly where it was. It was in the door. I'm looking for. I'm looking in the other door. I'm like, this mother stole my CD. So I drive back around, knock on the door. I'm like, hey, bro, why you steal my CD? Why you steal my CD, bro? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking him right in his face. I'm a grown man. This a teenager. Now, he ain't no little bitty dude. He ain't nothing. Since I met him, he ain't never been no little bitty boy. He always been big. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't care. If I wanted to, I was like, I'll whoop your ass. I don't care how big and strong you is, I'll whoop your ass. But instead of me thinking like that, I looked at him, I said, look, bro, you never have to steal from me, guy. You never have to steal from me. Never. If I got it and you need it, I give it to you, bro. We ain't never got to go through this. Never got to go through this. If I ain't got it, I ain't got it. It is what it is. But if I got it and you need it, I give it to you. No problem. And from that day forward, me and that guy was hand in hand, side by side. Even though he was a young cat. When that man kept getting locked up and going to juvenile, I would tell his mama, hey, when Woj get out, tell him come over and holler at me, I got something for him. And as soon as he get out of juve, he come over to big dog. What's up, Woj? What's up? Man, telling me the stories and everything. I'm like, man, how you get locked up this time? He tell me the stories, and I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. And I ain't gonna hold you. I was a bad influence. I instead of me doing stuff right, I'm like, bruh, you wanna smoke a blunt? You want a little pack or whatever the case may be before you coming home from juvie? Man, big dog, appreciate that, woo, 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 woo. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never, and after that first day, he ain't never stabbed me in the back. He ain't never stabbed me in the back. He wasn't jealous of what I was doing. When I was selling weed, he was selling weed. And I remember one time his folks were having a nice little party, whatever the case may be. They were getting the cookout going on. And I come home from work, and they were like, big dog, come over here, we cooking, and we having a little cookout. Like, hey, cool, Ben, let me go on, get out these work clothes, and I'll be over there in a minute. So as soon as I get out, me and my wife, I think my son was he was a couple months old. My daughter, was she with us then? I don't know. Yeah, she was with us. I thought she was still over her grandmama house. But yeah, we go over there. They cooking, they partying, they passing blunt around. He's like, big dog, look what I made today. I'm like, how much that is? He said, man, about a couple hundred. I said, no, what's up, OG? I go in my pocket. I said, look what I made today. Damn, big dog, what is that? I said, I think about 1,000. He like, you made 1,000? I'm like, yeah. He like, how you do that? I like, man, I went down to Mississippi. I was at work. This ain't no work chick. This is straight white boys and white chicks asking me, what you got? Man, I got what you want. It's some dirt. But down there in Mississippi, they smoke. I'm like, man, I had a lot of dirt, man. I was getting dirt for 50, 60 $60 a zip, and going down to Mississippi swinging that jump for 80. Had pills and everything like that. I'm literally like, man, I got what y'all want right now. I'm coming home with $1,000 in my pocket. But it was never no jealous. And that moment, them, they might have been a little jealous. I ain't gonna know. I love them folks. I know his mama passed away a little while ago. I love them folks, but you know, I ain't gonna say it was jealous. I was gonna say it was competition. Cause I remember we had this maintenance man, white boy, and he smoked. Now at that point in time, they had some good dope. I had some good dope, but he kept knocking on their door. I was like, you know, I'm gonna let them get their money. I can go get money somewhere else. I ain't knocking them. Until one of my partners came through with that lab, and he was like, "Yeah, I got this for you." I like, "Bet, cool, whatever." Then I told him, because just so happened he had to come over to my apartment and fix something. And I'm sitting at the table, I'm breaking down dope and all that right there. He like, "What's that?" I said, "Man, I got some loud for you." He's like, "Man, how much they run?" I said, "Man, for you, 15 a G." 15? Yeah, 15 a G. How much a 3.5, man? You can give me 40. Man, what? Whew. Then he kept coming over there, and I was taking him away from my partner folks. And they were like, "Man, what's going on? You ain't shopping with us no more?" I'm like, I ain't telling them not to shop with y'all. He shopping with me because I got what y'all ain't got. That's not me bragging or nothing like that. That's just me telling the truth. I had to make them step their game up just to get them back over there. I was fine. But even through all that, that man never stabbed me in the back. He never was jealous of nothing I had. If I had it, he had it. We could always talk. You tell that man, "Come talk to me, bro. If you got a problem, come holler at me. It ain't enough for you to sit down in this house. We can play Xbox and smoke blunts. Just come holler at me." And matter of fact, he was one of the individuals. I don't know if I told this story before. He was one of the individuals that chased a little broad out from in front of my apartment. I was one of them days I was with shit, and I had a little joint, and she came through with her little partner, and they talking about they were looking for me and everything, and they were finna get ready to knock on my door and start something with my wife, and he stood outside. He was like, man, he chased them off. I hear a knock on my door. I go outside. It was him and a couple more guys, and they were like, "Hey, man, hey, some little broad in the red car, man, talking about she finna start something with your wife." We had chased the little broad off. I'm like, "For real?" I ain't know. I could look outside my patio. I could look outside my patio door, and I didn't even pay no attention. I'm in there with my wife chilling, watching TV. They're like, "Yeah, man, we had to go on showing them things just for her to move." She acted like she didn't want to move till we pulled them pistols out. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. That man didn't have to do that for me. That man could have sat there and watched all the drama unfold and could have had a story to tell, but instead of him doing that, the man ran the broad off just to protect my wife. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, man, you got a lot of jealousy, you got a lot of backstabbing, you got a failure to communicate now. Don't nobody want to have no real interactions with nobody because of that right there. Don't nobody want to be friends no more because you so scared of what's going to happen if the wrong words get said. Every time I watch the news, I see somebody getting deleted or DV and all that right there because of miscommunication. They can't have no guy friends. They can't have no woman friends. Or whatever the case may be, I see it every day on the news. Every day on the news. And I ain't going to say everybody innocent because I know that I be lying to say everybody innocent. I ain't know everybody ain't innocent. You do have innocent victims in these crimes and all that right there. But to say you 100% innocent, you did something. I ain't going to sit there and say you didn't do nothing. You did something. Maybe it was a small incident, maybe it was a big incident, but you did something and y'all didn't communicate, y'all didn't talk it out. They felt some type of way. They felt like you were being big dog on them, and they were you trying to little boy them or whatever the case may be. We have we have a lot of issues. And then on top of that, you don't want to have interaction with people in your real life. You don't want to talk to nobody at work. You don't want to deal with nobody at school. You don't want to go nowhere and talk to nobody. It is what it is. But y'all have a whole community on these spaces. Y'all have a whole community to where y'all talk all day, every day. And y'all brag about it. If it wasn't for these spaces, I wouldn't have known this guy. I wouldn't have known this chick and all this right here. You have more friends online than you do in your real life. You have more friends on YouTube than you have in real life. You have more people on Facebook as friends than the actual friends that's on Facebook. And you're fine with that. Your social media currency is you fine with that. You're fine with having tens of thousands of people that's your quote unquote friends that at the drop of a dime wouldn't even know you disappeared. At the drop of a dime, them individuals wouldn't know you disappeared. They're not coming to your funeral. They're not coming to your folks' funeral. They not doing none of the things that your real friends would do for you. They're not. They gonna say, "Oh, R.I.P. so and so, so and so," and going on about their business. They ain't gonna stand up for you. They ain't gonna show up. They ain't gonna do none of that. I showed up for a guy that was in my rap group funeral, and all the cats that was in this group with me and my brother, talking about they finna show up to this man's funeral, our manager. Finna show up to this man's funeral. Only people there were me, my brother, and one of my other guys. And I'm looking around, my brother looking around, they're like, where everybody at? Where everybody at? This man did a whole lot of things for us while we were rapping. He was our manager. He was getting us hotel. He was doing everything a manager supposed to do. He was our hype man. He was everything. And I'm looking around the church, and I don't see none of you. The same individuals that were calling, sending me messages through Facebook. My daughter is friends with his oldest daughter. She called me and told me what happened. I'm calling his baby mama to make sure she all right. To make sure her and his oldest daughter all right. Then I'm getting all these messages from all these dudes that was in the group with me, all the street team and the rappers and everything. You know, so-and-so passed away. Yeah, I just talked to his baby mom. My daughter just talked to his daughter. We know they grieving. We know they in pain right now. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, man, we're going to have to go and represent. Fine, cool. I ain't got no problem. He was an important part of my life when I was rapping. And I'm thinking it's going to be all of us watching this man going home. And it was three. At our height, it was at least 15 deep to 3. The DJ wasn't there, but his wife was there. Why he didn't come? He had to go to work. And he knew about the funeral. He didn't try to take a day off. Man. My cousin, her husband, my producer, I used to call him my cousin because they were married, but my cousin husband, ex-husband, the one that made all the beats and tracks, he ain't pop up. All the dudes that were rapping, they ain't pop up. The street team, the promotional team and all that, the one that passed out the CDs and the flyers, they ain't pop up. They ain't pop up. And I'm sitting there like, man, I thought we were brothers. I thought we were family, man. A lot of us got BMB tattooed on us, bro. We stood for something, and ain't none of y'all popped up to watch this man going home. None of y'all popped up. But we brothers. And then come to find out, and I don't know if it was the reason why they didn't pop up, he had that package. He had that package. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, is that why y'all didn't come? Because he died of that package. He passed away because of that. That's why y'all ain't pop up. That's why y'all ain't show up to his funeral because of that. That's why he passed away, and that's why y'all didn't show up. Even my brother was sitting there like, man, if I would have known that, I probably would have showed up myself. I'm like, but we rock with each other for 10 years at least, and you mean to tell me because of that? He passed away regardless of what he passed away from. And y'all sitting up here playing with the fact that even though y'all rock with this man for 10 years at least, that y'all can't show up at this man's funeral because of that? Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I got a little emotional today. I ain't think I was gonna get emotional today. And when I said I was gonna do something about real friendship and all that right there, I didn't think I was gonna dig that far back to actually get emotional. You know what I'm saying? But I'm human. I'm human. I got friends that ride with me. And like I said, if it wasn't for my guy coming in here first, it really wouldn't have resonated to me. I really wouldn't have been able to go that deep if he didn't pop up. It wouldn't have got that deep if I didn't see him pop up first. That's just reality. So thanks Cedric Pierce for me getting in my fees today. But that's a real guy. That's one of my A1s. And like I said, he can vouch for me. What I say is the truth. I ain't never got to lie to y'all. It is what it is. But anyway, I'm finna get up out of here. Yep, I'm finna get up out of here. So if you ain't like the stream, please like the stream. If you ain't shared it, try to share it. It's cool. If you ain't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get 1,200 before the end of April. Every subscription counts. Hope y'all help me get my goal. And I will be having an open panel at 4 o'clock Central Time. So Queen, if you still in here, please pop up, because I know you're going to pop up, especially with the title, especially with the topic. Today's topic for this open panel will be the role of a wife. What's the real role of a wife? So anyway, like I said, I will have a live open panel. You can pop up at 4 o'clock Central Time if y'all want to, and we can talk about it. But until then, I'll holler at y'all.